FlyKnight is an old-school first-person dungeon crawler. The goal of the game is to find and defeat the witch who has cursed everyone, preventing them from growing wings. So join me as I explore, fight, and fish with the goal of achieving 100% in the game. So let's begin. So first off, we have character customization. So yeah, we're a fly. That's why it's called FlyKnight. I didn't really take long in this. I just changed the eye color to like blue. I just wanted to tweak like what I can do. Anyways, this is us. And our name is Fly. And looky, we got our very first achievement called Fly. Yeah. We then woke up from a place where there's actually a lot of dead bodies here. And there are actually a bunch of loots too. So the very first thing I did, of course, check my inventory. I want to see what I have. I then looked around and found like these floating yellow projections. So basically, these are items on the ground that I can pick up and wear myself. Alright, cool. So now we have some armor and a mace. So let's see what this thing can do. Let's find an enemy to like smack with us. Okay, our first enemy. Let's go. Bam! Bam! I really like the graphics. It reminds me so much of the time when I was playing like RuneScape when I was a kid. So this is like, the graphics is really nice. Oh look, a shield and bow. Let's go. So there are these guides down here where you can see like, oh, to right mouse button, you can block like this. Okay, so that's good to know. There are more of these grubs down here. I don't think they attack because I don't feel threatened by them. But as you can see, I don't really have that much HP. The red bar on the circle is like the amount of HP that I have. As you can see, it's like very little. Maybe I can get one shot if I get hit. I have a potion on the middle mouse button, but I chose to like not use it yet because I'm very conservative in games like this. As I continue to explore, I found yet another body having like a claymore. So we have like a two-handed weapon now. Let's go. Look at this. Yeah. Yeah. So in this game, there are like weapon types. So with the mace, you can smash down in the head. And the claymore, you can swing left and right. And I think it was a mistake not drinking the potion because we had our very first death. Anyways, I came back to the spot. It seems the mobs respawn. It's like, you know, every time you save, I guess, or every time you respawn, the mobs also respawn that you already have defeated. So, yeah, the damage from the mace and the claymore is mostly similar. Just a few, like, 4 damage difference, I guess. So I think it's better if we use, like, our mace and shield so we have more protection. So for this one, let's use our bow, and I'm very bad at it. Well, let's keep trying until we defeat this guy. So with my bow, look at that. Headshot. Arm shot. So yeah, in this game, there are limbs. So basically, if you like cut the hands and like leave the head, I don't think they can do anything. I think they can still kick though. So that's the problem. Even if you like get rid of the head of this thing, it can still attack. And it's very annoying. I guess that's how insects work. Anyway, as I moved on, the game then told me about parrying and bash. So if I time properly, I can stagger them. And oh yeah, if you look at the weapon that I have right now, I actually looted this off the person or the insect that we have just defeated. Alright, so it's time to try out the bash. Let's see if I am really good at my timing. Oh! Yeah? I'm good. Yeah! This guy is no match. The only problem I have now is like I run out of stamina really fast. And let's try out the dagger. The dagger is very close range, so I'm not really a fan of it. The damage is really high though. And look, we got ourselves a new weapon. It's a spear. So it's a two-handed spear. We can poke from a distance. That's pretty nice. This circle of magic then teaches us how to kick. So we can kick enemies to stagger them. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so here's our victim for our kick. It's not working well. I think I need to stagger them first and then kick them afterwards. So let's try that when we have like a chance. I'm not really doing a good job here, aren't I? Oh, now that works. So the problem is I can't reach the ant from like down there. I guess I just need to aim lower. Anyways, we already chopped up the head and he is already dead. And we got ourselves Nature's Spit. So this thing is magic. We'll try this out once we like find some enemies to use it on. As I continued my exploration, I finally found a campfire. So usually in games like Dark Souls, there are campfires where you can rest, basically the save point and respawn point. So let's go. We also have our personal chest, so we can store the equipments that we have looted so far. Also, there's like the fish barrel where we can put all our fish. And since we see like a fisherman over there, I'm pretty sure this is where we're gonna learn how to fish. I then talked to the person and we were talking about Lunamoth's lair. Lunamoth is basically the sorcerer that we're looking for. But anyways, he gave me a fishing rod. It's called the novice stick. So now we can start fishing. So fishing is pretty simple. You just cast your rod, wait for like the fish to bite. So let me just reel it in close to the fish and wait for them to bite, and then I'll pull them once like they have bitten my thing. I'm not really sure what's happening here, but I think I'm doing a bad job at fishing for the first time. I think I'm supposed to reel it in, not like this. Anyways, let's try again. So trying again, the problem earlier was that I did not reel it in, I just kept pulling it. Now that I reeled in, I got myself a Rimolo. This is 1 out of 10 fishes that we can get in the game. And as you can see, it looks like a grape. Then got myself this banana looking fish, and it's called a musanana. And finally, we're trying to catch like the last fish we haven't caught yet in this lake. So when there's like fish nearby, you can see that there's a cursor above their head. So the color, I believe, corresponds to what type of fish it is. So it's easier to determine if we have already caught this fish or not. Anyways, as I try to capture this watermelon looking fish, I keep catching Rimolo. Honestly, I had to catch all the grape fish before this thing decided to, bite. But for some reason, I casted my rod. I reeled it in a bit, but it just doesn't bite my rod. I'm not really sure why. Is it unappetizing? What's wrong with it? It just doesn't bite. It just pecks it a little and like moves away. So I instead decided to like fish from afar, which looks like there's a lot of those watermelon fishes, in hopes that they will finally bite, because I really just want this fish for the achievement. I need to fish all the types of fishes in the game in order to get the achievement. And finally, we got one. So it's called a melonuna. Nice. Anyways, now that we have caught all the types of fish in that lake, it's time to move on. So this new area is called the caves. And as you can see, there are a bunch of boxes here. So inside these boxes, if ever there's like an icon, it means there's an item inside. So in this one, you can see I'm looting like a bunch of arrows. So these other boxes that don't have like symbols on them, I think sometimes they also give items. I'm not really too sure. But anyways, let's just crack them all open to see and hope that there are items inside. Spoiler alert though, there are no items inside. Anyway, let's continue on and defeat some monster. Oh my god, these things actually attack. They look very friendly, but they still have teeth. So I guess I was wrong regarding these guys. Moving on from the little grubs, I then found this purple looking guy right here. So he looks pretty tough. So I'm gonna use my bow and arrow. He doesn't really charge to us, so we're free to like shoot his head, I guess. So pretty simple fight. Just a couple of arrows in. I kind of screwed up, so let's just go with our hammer. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. He's not really responsive. I think he's waiting for like the perfect chance to hit me with his sword, but I won't let him have that chance. Anyways, we have defeated this guy. Moving along, after beating that guy, we then found a resting spot. So let's go. We're progressing in the game. Anyways, continuing the adventure, I tried using the dual daggers, but yeah, it's not really appealing to me, or I'm just bad at it. There seems to be these plants on the ground that can bite you if ever you step on it. And there's also this plant that bites you if you get close to it. So there are a lot of dangers in the world, but yeah, I'm just practicing my combat abilities here, because I'm honestly pretty bad. Like my timing and everything. But this time for sure, I thought I could like easily destroy this guy with the dual daggers if like I knock it over. But yeah, they get up too fast. Man, imagine I'm just fighting like one of the common enemies and I already have a hard time. Well, we got this guy. Easy. Let's go easy. For the plant, however, I think I need to strategize not getting close to this thing because it hurts a lot. Anyways, let's rest for now and reset everything. We'll need to fight them all over again. But this time, I'm smarter. So my plan is to kick this guy or at least lure him to the plant. So the plant will eat this guy. And, you know, we'll have an easier time defeating both of them. So yeah, that's smart, right? I tried blocking this plant, it still deals like HP, but it seems like using crushing weapons is bad matchup against this thing. So I gotta slice it with my sword. So yeah, I just face tank it and tried to dodge as well. Anyways, I fought one of those purple guys again. I'm slowly getting used to how combat works in this game, so I'm getting pretty good. And by defeating this guy, I actually looted his shield called the Beetle Shield. So it's a blue colored shield, the same shield as the guy we have defeated, and it has like better stats than the current shield that we have. Of course, I'm wearing it. We still have this problem with the plants that we can't really do damage with our mace. I really like the mace. It's a very straightforward weapon. You just smash the head of the enemies. And as I continued my exploration, I found myself a chest and it contains something called a chitin scimitar. So now we have a good one-handed sword. I really like the gameplay of sword and shield right now. So we're going for the one-handed weapon and the shield. So we have a slashing weapon on one-hand sword shield. And we have a smashing weapon with a mace. Yeah, let's go. Then found another enemy type. So this was like a plant that shoots poison in the ground and it spreads. And if you stay for too long, the poison bar will continuously increase and it will slowly drain your HP. Also, we need to be careful about this biting plants on the ground because they honestly hurt a lot. Anyways, we have like 4 drinks of our potion each time we rest. So that's pretty good. Entering this castle looking like area, I found more of the boxes that I can destroy. So I broke 2 and got like a parrying buckler. So since we're gonna be parrying a lot, so I thought that I should be using that buckler instead of the shield. It's a really small shield, but then again, it's only for parrying. That's why it's called parrying buckler. So yeah, inside here, I saw this samurai bee. I was so surprised that it was flying and oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna die here. So this is samurai bee. I'm not really sure the official name for this guy. But anyways, it's a bee, a samurai sword. I wish I can loot like his stuff. Anyways, we'll just do our best here. Try to survive and try to defeat this guy. I already hit it like twice, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing any damage. So, oh my god. Oh, and I got defeated. Yeah, amazing. I won't give up on that samurai. And here you can see that was the nature's spit. It's pretty good for like harassing enemies. The blue bar on the top left is our mana bar. So basically, I can keep spamming this until like the enemy's dead. Or yeah, if I don't have enough mana, then yeah, that's kind of problematic. But I just wanted to try out how much I can dish out of this magic. I decided to forget about the samurai for now and move along to like another area. So you saw that, right? You saw that. So in this area, there are this I don't know how to call these bugs. Stick bugs? Walking sticks. I think they're called the walking sticks. So yeah, as you can see, it's a walking stick. They're not honestly that tough, but it was very surprising when they tried to like kill me like that. Then found a couple of boxes again. I hope I can get another new weapon or something. And I did. So it's something called a smith's tool. And as you can see here, it's a hammer. I was pretty disappointed because the amount of damage it has is very low compared to the current weapon I have. But it is way faster, I believe, than this ball hammer. I chose to ignore using that weapon. Anyways, we have found another resting spot again. I made sure to drink my potions though because there might be like a surprise waiting for us on the left or right. So just making sure we don't go back to where we were. Anyways, if you remember, this guy looks like the guy who killed us before. So this person is Vesper Hideyoshi and he pretty much looks down on us. I'm not sure if this guy is a wasp or a bee. I'm not really sure what the difference on both those insects are. But I'm pretty sure wasps are the more dangerous ones. Anyways, we probably wasted our time talking to this guy. Anyways, let's move along. Went back to the place where we fought the samurai-looking wasp or bee. So let's just call it Wasp starting now. I made sure that I was perfectly healthy. Not really. I did not want to waste my potions. But anyways, let's fight this guy. My goal right now is to defeat this guy. With a shield, I can block his EI slash. So now we have something to work with. I can honestly just, wait for him to attack, block with my shield, and then smack him with my hammer. That's, I think, the perfect plan for this guy. I'm so bad. I wasted so many shots earlier. I just couldn't hit him. Need to make sure we're healthy or else we will die from this guy. Finally, he died. Oh my god. And we got his armor. Let's go. So now we have this samurai looking wasp armor. Nice. There was a chest that was guarded by the wasp and it contained a bunch more armor. But the problem was these things don't really have any defensive capabilities. I wore them just to try it out, but yeah, the defense was kinda meh. But hey, we have a new helmet called Sunflower. Nice. Don't I look pretty tough with my sunflower helmet? There was also this... I'm not sure how to name this thing. But anyways, once you get caught, it will like slowly try to eat you up. But you can easily escape by cutting down the root like this. And then you run away so you don't get eaten. I continued exploring and eventually found another chest. Inside was a mallet and a ring of bricks. So with this ring, it prevents getting pushed back. Anyways, let's deal with this bug first before we check the items out. For the mallet, it's a two-handed crushing weapon, so I of course will be using this. I actually like crushing weapon in this game since you can easily like whack the head of enemies. Anyways, I continued exploring the dungeon and there was this... I'm not really sure what kind of insect this is. Is this a dung beetle or something? Anyways, this guy was fast and strong. I had a hard time hitting him. He's like, look at this, backflip, rolling all over. What the heck? His defense was also pretty high and the damage was pretty high. I almost got him though. If you can check, the color is almost dead. But yeah, I died. And I continued my journey and yet I found another chest containing a bunch of armors. I dealt with a bug first using my new weapon. Look at that damage, 48. His head is already gone. So a couple more hits and it's already dead. Well, not really. It's still like the body's still there, but it's already dead. So this new armor set is called the Wandering Monk. This is what it looks like after wearing everything. And now that we have a new armor, it's time to fight the Dung Beetle again. Now, I kinda know what he does. I will be more careful now. He still knocks me down with his kick though. Pretty annoying. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep my safe distance to generate stamina and then whack him as I try blocking him down. With that, we have defeated this dude. Let's go. And there's a treasure chest waiting for us. So inside was a spike shield and some arrows. So I was pretty happy with the spike shield. We have a new kind of shield. So let's take a look at this. I guess if someone attacks us, they'll get pierced by the spike. So cool. Continuing my journey, I then stumbled upon a place with a lot of plants. Like plants on the ground that can bite us and plants on top that can also bite us. There were also these poisonous plants like throwing poison everywhere. This was kind of like a death trap actually. I still managed to survive though, and I cut down all the plants that were trying to kill me. And what's waiting for us at this road was another resting spot. Let's go. So currently we're at an underground fortress and there are a bunch of spiders here and these guys, but now they're like archers. They're pretty annoying to deal with. But when you're like close range like this, they're basically easy kills. For the spiders, I'm not really sure how they attack. I think they bite, but it looks like they're pretty friendly. And looking some more inside here, I found a chest. Nice. What is... Oh. Okay. Just continued going down and down in this fortress until finally I found somewhat like an exit. But I was very careful regarding the sticks. There might be like the stick bugs here. Since the coast was clear, it was finally time to move forward. I was kind of scared that I would fall there, but thankfully I didn't. And these spiders actually leap in your face and attack you. And they also do like poison damage. So that's pretty annoying. Anyways, after dealing with the spider, I can see our next goal. So just straight ahead from here, you can see the campfire, right? So yeah, that's where we're going. And looking around, there's this sign right here that says, "Stop, danger ahead." I'm kinda curious, but for now, let's go for the fire. I can also see this dude which has armor. I'm not really wanting to go anywhere near these enemies, not until like I activated the fire first. I'm kind of scared if like we lose and like go back to where we rested. Anyways, I was being as careful as I can using my bow. I'm really bad. It'll eventually die. Then dealing with this purple thing. Our mallet is really good. This is my favorite weapon right now. It's so good. Look at this. Finally, we have reached the resting area. Yes, I don't need to worry about, dying. I can just reset here if ever. Anyways, I checked out my gear and I have a leak that does spell damage. I'm not really sure if this will boost my spell or when I hit something using it, it will be like spell damage as it says. Also the rapier that I wanted to try. I'm not really sure if this is intended, but it uses so much stamina, but it does stab really fast. Anyways, using my rapier, I continued to descend, but yeah, the damage is really not there, huh? I don't think I like this. I want my mallet. And then I found a bunch of stacked boxes again. And one of the boxes actually contained a ring. So this ring is called the Ring of Lavender. Spells are weaker, but it grants mana regeneration now. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, as I continued to go inside the area, there was another enemy I haven't encountered yet. So this thing was like a spellcaster and he shoots like blood orbs. I call it blood orbs because it looks like blood orbs. Anyway, with our magic and our bow, I don't need to actually get close to this thing. But at the same time, am I even doing damage? I don't really see the numbers. Continued casting my spell though in hopes that I can kill this guy. Anyways, for the blood magic, when you step on it, it drains your HP so fast. So definitely need to avoid that thing. It's our bow and arrow that will kill this guy, not our magic. Our magic is actually not doing anything at all. And so a couple of arrows later, he died. Yeah, let's go. Only thing left to do now was just defeat the enemies that were remaining here. Fairly easy because we have like defeated a couple of these already. Anyways, I finally found the exit and it was a stairway going up. And upon climbing it up, I now found where the resting spot is. Is this the same place? It's the same dude that we saw before. And I think it is. So I'm just going around in circles. So I looked for another way to progress in this place. I found yet another enemy. So these were plants, I think, that would like hit you with spikes if you step on them. So I was careful enough not to step on these. So yeah, we're cool. We're fine. I eventually found the correct way towards the next resting point. So yay, let's go. There's this giant big wall that you can't go back to. But when you're in a resting spot, you can actually just use it to travel to another resting point. So there's that. We're fine. Like, see this button right here that says travel. You can basically go anywhere you want where you've already been to. Anyways, I went back to the previous campfire because there was a fishing spot here and it's time to fish. So one of the new fish that I have fished is... Wait a minute, it's kind of stuck. So this thing right here, it's called repois. Repois? I'm not really sure how to pronounce this. Is that lettuce? I'm not really familiar with my vegetables. And aside from that, it's just this grape fish down here. Honestly, at this point of the game, I didn't know that eating a fish actually gives bonus stats. Like, let's say, health regeneration or stamina regeneration. So I didn't really pay any mind to like eating them at all. Anyways, I just caught the other fish here because I was curious if it was a different fish, but it's actually the same. It's still the Rimolo, the great fish that we all know. Alright, so it's time to continue our adventure, and this seems to look like a boss area, and it is a boss area. It's the Amorphophallus immensus. I don't like how it's wiggling in the picture. It looks weird. But anyways, let's try to get close to the boss. So the only hurdle we have here are a bunch of traps if ever we fall, or the spikes that it shoots out at us. But it's easily dodgeable just by running away or just moving from the spot we were at. So since this is a plant, the best course of action would be to slice it down. So one of the things to worry about is the thorns again, because once like they go or stick to the ground or any surface, it will explode. It can either be poison or just a normal explosion, so we need to look out for that. It's not really that hard, it's just annoying. But I have like four times the potions, so I'm not really worried. My damage is also pretty decent against this guy, so yeah, all we need to do is just be careful of the thorns before falling off and keep hitting it with our sword. And with that final strike, we have defeated our first boss and got an achievement. Let's go. And then check around if there were any chests. And yes, I can see a chest down here. So let's see what it has. For the loot, we have this carnivorous spear that does like spell damage. And another spell that we can use. So I'm pretty excited for the spell. So this is what the spell looks like. You summon a bunch of thorns, and I feel like it does a lot of damage just the way it looks. And so it's now time to go to the next area. So this place is the swamps. Looking all over the place, I found my very first enemy here, and it was a wasp. It had a lance, so I need to be careful on its poking abilities. But currently I'm just poking it with my spell. Honestly, it's not doing any damage. But trying out the thorns is pretty good. Just look at the damage. It's basically like a free hit on a weapon attack. It's pretty good. The spear damage though, it's kind of okay. Not that bad, honestly. But yeah, the spell is the one that wins in this fight. And then I approached this tower that was in the swamp, and inside were like a spider person and a bug, the red bug person. So I need to handle this red one first, or we'll be in trouble. It seems like spell isn't really doing that much damage to this guy, so I might need to go physical on him. There's actually a lot of spiders here. Anyways, with our mallet, this should be easy, but yeah, I'm currently dying. The blood attack is pretty strong. If you see like there's a web down or below me, it's one of the spells of the other enemy. So he casts like this slow AoE spell, and that's very annoying, especially if there's like blood under us. because these two are pretty deadly if I like step on blood and I can't move away because I'm slowed. So pretty annoying. Anyways, I slowly whack all the spiders that was in the area before I defeat like their human mother big guy, big bug, boss bug thing. So this is the boss bug that like throws net on us. Fairly easy to defeat. It doesn't really have any attack aside from the web, I believe. I didn't get damage from this guy at all. On top of this tower was 2 treasure chests. One contained another spell called Twister, and the other one has like an armor set called the Mage Armor Set. Defense though is very bad considering it is a mage armor set after all. For the Twister, this is how it looks like. It's basically just a small tornado that can continuously damage enemies. I wanted to try it out on the fly hive or beehive. I don't know what this is. But yeah, the damage was pretty bad. I don't like it. I'm gonna get back my Spit of Nature. It's stronger. It barely does any damage actually. On the other tower, there was another Wasp Samurai, and I had a hard time with this because the tornado was basically useless. It's time for mallet combat, our strongest weapon. Just whack the head multiple times and it will basically pop. Continuously whack the head with my mallet until it's gone, but it still moves. So yeah, that's always my problem here. Killing insects by popping their head is not really enough. You need to destroy the body afterwards. And by defeating this guy, we got ourselves a Wasp Katana. Oh my god, a two-handed slash weapon. Of course, I'll be using this thing. Goodbye to our spear. Our spear is not really that good. Take a look at my samurai sword. It's so good. Let's go. On top of the tower, there's also a treasure chest, but only one, and it contained like another spear and a vine of Bramblemancer. For the effect, it's kind of sad. It reduced the cost of mana, but instead it costs health. I don't like that, so we're not using it. I eventually reach a new resting point, so now we can be happy and chill for a bit because we know that we'll be respawning here. And then whack a bunch of boxes, and one contained the Ring of Leaves and a new bow that we can try out called the Mystical Twig. The damage was pretty bad compared to the basic bow, but its attack speed is very fast. So I'm trying this thing out. Just look at this load, it's so fast. But then again, the damage is only 5. Also have the Ring of Leaves that increases the pushback from our kicks. Resuming my journey, there wasn't really any new enemy right now. It's mostly the same old enemies but different areas. And on top of the tower that was being guarded by that soldier was something called a Frog Breaker. So it was a hammer with a lot of damage. But the problem was, it was a really slow. Just look at this giant thing, but the way it whacks, it's so slow. If only it was fast, I would definitely love this as a main weapon. Oh, the damage though. Wapak! It's so slow. Anyways, I found this secret looking cave. It was guarded by this purple dung beetle. I swear to god, I'm not really sure what kind of bug this is. Anyway, see that damage? See my hammer damage? It's so good. Oh, dang. So the thing I found down here was another spell, and it is called Swarm. So what it does is it will continuously damage an enemy. That sounds like a really good spell, so we'll try this out. In my adventures, I found yet another chest, and inside was something called a Thorn Shield. It has a lot of spikes. I feel like it's gonna be really good against, guarding against enemies. And just look at how lethal this thing looks. It's finally time to try out our bow. It's very fast, but yeah, like I said, the damage isn't there. I'm just wasting arrow, but it's fast. it's fast. That's the only thing. For the swarm, look at this. So I casted it on the head and it continuously takes like 3 damage. It's not really that awesome, honestly. Maybe because I have the item that regenerates my mana and lowers the spell damage. Still though, it looks really weak. I'm probably just not built as a mage. I just don't know how to utilize it. I'm probably bad. Just look at this. It's pretty good actually. It slowly kills the enemies as we try to battle it out. But then again, our hammer deals like so much damage, just takes like 2 hits. I eventually defeated every insect that was guarding this place and got myself an empty chest. Amazing. I then met the samurai wasp again, Vesper Hideyoshi. He doesn't really like me, so I really should go. Anyways, I found another fishing pond, so it's time to fish. I can see that there's only one type of fish here, and it looks like a pineapple. And I was right, it is a pineapple. It's called a piñena. Amazing. I was actually blinded by that small pond. There's actually a way bigger pond with a lot more fish in here. So yeah, it's time to get fishing. So I caught a carrot-looking fish called Pastinalis. We have these watermelon guys again and the banana fish that we already caught already, so we don't really catch more. So I guess aside from the pineapple and the carrot, there's really nothing new here. Okay, so this is when I discovered I can actually eat the fish, and each fish has different effects. You can see on my HP bar on the right side that there's a circle, so that's its effect. As I moved forward, there were 2 other flies that were, I guess, my allies in this fight. So the enemies here are a bunch of these zombie flies that are being controlled by a purple goo thing. Pretty annoying because I really can't use my favorite weapon against these guys because their heads are protected. So I'm using my katana to slice them in half instead. The hammer is still what I think the most effective weapon to kill everything in this game though, but we have no choice right now. So I continuously tried to climb up this fortress area. There were more of these zombies, but yeah, no problem. They're pretty slow, so we just hit them then go back. We also have our good allies to help us with. Then found a bunch of boxes containing items. So for this one, it has the sign of the sniper. So with this thing, the longer your range is, the higher the damage is. So it's a really good ring. The amount of enemies inside this place though, there's honestly a lot. It's pretty annoying. Also, I switched back my weapon to the wooden mallet since it's faster. The slow one is good, but it's just too slow for me. I just can't use that. It's hard. So I fought this wasp right here, which I'm not really sure if he's... I don't know. He's just not trying to attack. So with my bow, I easily took his life. And look at what I found. I found myself a Qatar. It's a fist type weapon. So it looks really interesting to use, but we'll use it later once like we've dealt with this enemy right here. So just look how cool this thing looks in first person. It's awesome, but I'm not really sure how awesome it is hitting enemies. So we'll find an enemy and try this out. So continuing the journey, there are more of these zombies. I tried out the Qatar. The damage is... meh. It's really fast though. I kind of like how fast it is. It's just that the damage isn't there. I think I would like my samurai sword and just slice them in half or something. Oh my god, there's a lot of them. But I noticed something. While casting my spell, it seems like it is very effective against these guys. Just look at the damage I do with the spell. It's like, oh my god, so delicious. Look at that scrumptious damage. Oh my, almost fell to my death. Well, the zombie made the mistake that I was going to make, and he died. I'm alive. Let's go. Let's continue on with this adventure. Anyways, I eventually reached the area where we're gonna fight a boss. For sure, right? Because just look at this place. So upon entering the area, it seems the boss is our teacher or mentor, Kalim. So he betrayed us and now we're enemies. He seems to side with Lunamoth. Right, so let's start this fight with Kalim, the former dragon FlyKnight. So yeah, I have no idea what this guy can do, but seeing he can make like this ring of fire. He also puts like a web that traps us so we get slowed down. Aside from that, we can just spam our magic, honestly. Then again, it eats up a lot of my MP because I'm currently using a ring that increases my magic damage, but increases all the amount of MP that is drained. So yeah, there goes my MP. I'm also using that ring that lessens the damage but gives us mana regeneration. So I was thinking both will cancel each other and we get the best of both worlds, mana regeneration. Anyways, this guy's attack is pretty chaotic, I guess. But the jump attack is the easiest one to block because you just time it right. I can deflect him and then hit him with my samurai sword. My plan for this fight is try to be healthy, try to deflect every time he tries to do the jump attack. I don't think I can deflect the charge attack because it's too fast for me. I can't react fast enough. I have old man reflex. So the best way I can deflect this guy is when he jump like that, and it's like the best timing for me to attack him. I still try to block him on his charge though. Sometimes it works out, so that's great. I then went back to my original weapon, which was the mallet, because, you know, the mallet is very strong, honestly. It deals so much damage to the head that I just can't leave, or I just can't live without this weapon. 30, and it's very fast. The attack speed is very good. I thought I was gonna die here because, you know, I have only one more potion left and I'm very low right now. He's also very low though. So we got this. I believe in myself. So a couple more hits in and I have defeated Kalim. Let's go. I then found a chest at this boss room, so I'm pretty excited to see what's inside. And upon opening it, it's a complete set of the Dragoon armor set and also a Saurian wing. I think this look like the weapon that the boss was using. So yeah, pretty cool. Look at us now. Look at this armor set. Look like a really cool looking knight now with all this full plated armor set. Let's go. And the pole arm, it can swing down like a mace. It can also stab like a lance and swing left and right like a sword. So this thing is everything. But the problem is it's pretty hard to control. Anyway, it's time for the next area. So the next area is called the ruins. As you can see, there's like water here. And if you fall in the water, you instantly die because like there's no ground. You just sink to your doom. And there's a lot of zombies here, so I'm assuming our goal is to bring the bridge down so we can proceed to the next area. So this is the halberd in action. I'm just poking this thing because it's the easiest way to attack. Using the slash above would be pretty bad, and left and right is kind of hard to do. I guess I'm just that bad. If I move left, it swings left. If I move right, it swings right. So as you can see here, kind of hard to swing because if like there's a wall, the attack stops and doesn't continue, so that's pretty annoying. So my best attack with this is like poking it to death. Ha! The amount of times I actually fell here was a lot. Yeah, I died a couple of times. Decided to just kill this thing every time with a bow and arrow because I think that's the easiest way to deal with this ladybug. Very annoying blood magic. There was a chest that they were guarding, and inside was another one of those halberd, a Royal Knight's halberd. So similar to the one we already use. It has the same type of attack it does. So this is it in action. I think the other one looks cooler, but this one looks cool as well. So the poking honestly is the best attack in my opinion. It's very easy and like we have the distance. To my surprise, I saw that there are fishes here. I mean, understandable since there's water. So I decided to chill a bit and fish because like I said, we're trying to get all the fishes in the game so we can get the achievement. So this fish looks like yin and yang. It's called a lunagina. Not really sure what a lunagina is, but yeah, looks pretty cool fish. See this thing? I called it yin and yang because it's black and white. It does look like yin and yang though. I'm not really sure. Is it a moon? It looks like a half moon. I eventually encountered, I'm not really sure what to call these guys, stink bugs. Because when I kill them, like, poison comes out. So yeah, they're pretty dangerous. So I should really just avoid them and go to the top. But the one waiting for us at the top is the boxer dung beetle again. But since we already beat one of its kind, this should be an easy fight. Or is it? This fight took a while, but I managed to beat this guy. I swear to God, this guy is so hard. Even though we've come this far already. It's not like our stats go up. It's just that our armor changes. Or our weapon changes. Anyways, on top of this place was a lever that would finally bring down the bridge. So we can cross to the other side. So let's go. And so I immediately crossed the other side. But there were a lot of these zombie flies again. So I poked them all to death. And once like they're very close and I'm running out of stamina, I just use my magic and they're easily dealt with. The thorn magic is amazing. I swear to God, just look at all that numbers on the damage. It's crazy. I then found a chest on the other side, so I need to hop to like a boat in hopes that I don't fall down. So I did it without dying. So I'm pretty happy with this. And I got myself a longsword. Just look at this thing. It's huge. It has like 30 slash damage. I like it. It's so nice. And while exploring around, I found like this hidden spot right here. So it's obviously something which has something good. It seems there's fish here, so it's time to fish. Hopefully it's fish that I don't have yet. But sadly, it's just the carrot fish that we have already fished before, called Pastelias, was it? It's called Pastinalis. As I went deeper inside, I feel like I'm inside a maze or something. I'm not really sure where to go, but I did found a chest right here. And this thing contained like another accessory called Displacer Mushroom. There's a chance to prevent spending ammunition. That's pretty good if we're going for like the archer route. So currently I'm using the sniper ring. So the farther I am from the enemy, the stronger this bow and arrow is. But yeah, look at the surrounding. It feels like there's a lot of mobs here. So I decided to just kill these enemies using a bow. Slowly kill them using a bow. But if it doesn't work out, it's time to switch weapons. Well, there's always our magic that can defeat everything very easily. I don't have the ring that reduces damage but gives regeneration anymore. So once we run out of mana, we don't have mana anymore. Tempted by the chest, I then saw like 2 Wasp warriors trying to kill me. Don't worry though, we have our awesome two-handed sword that does a lot of damage. Just look at this. A few hits and like it's already dead. Let's go. But there's just so many enemies here that we need to be careful. I don't really have any more mana to cast magic. So all I really rely on is, even without stamina, the attack speed on this sword isn't that bad. So just 3 hits and they fall down. So that's pretty good. Oh yeah, I just focus on killing this guy. So I don't even think about regenerating my stamina. All I really want to do is make them fall. They're not really that hard to kill. He has no more limbs, so what can he do? Bite us? Well, it's over. We can get the chest now. So inside the chest was a dual katana called Wasp Wakizashi. So just look at this thing. So it felt like the same as the knives. It's a very close range weapon. It looks really cool though. I wish it was longer and has like slashing attacks. I do think it has slashing attacks. There's no such thing as stabbing attacks. It should be piercing though. I'm just trying to kill this guy as fast as I can with these weapons. It's pretty strong honestly, but yeah, I'm not really a fan of the range. Continued killing a bunch of these insects. Honestly, this place is infested. It honestly took a while before I can like continuously explore the area because of these bugs. Okay, so just look at the sniper arrow and sniper ring in action. It has so much damage. It only takes like 2 arrows to kill that ladybug if I'm far enough, that is. Also, after killing this guy right here, he was guarding a chest. I have found myself yet another weapon. And this weapon is gonna be the next weapon we're gonna be using instead of the mallet. Because this thing has more damage. And the attack speed is not that bad, honestly. It's pretty fast compared to the first, like, other two-handed mace that we have found before. Okay, take a look at it in action. The damage is amazing. I one-shot that guy's shield and slap its head like I guess 2 times and it's already dead. I like this mace. Our hammer. While climbing up the stairs, I then found another one of those really hard to defeat samurai wasp. So yeah, I now have a better sword. So let's see how this guy will stand against me. So I need to hit him on the sides. Maybe I should just use my hammer for this, but well, I was dedicated to my sword. I swear to God, I almost died right here, but I decided to run away because, you know, I gotta live. I don't want to repeat this again. There was no save point, and I had killed so many of them already, and they will always spawn if I die here, so no way. So yeah, I decided to use my hammer this time, and oh my God, the hammer was the best choice. I should have used the hammer from the start. This was honestly a really great strat because I can just like bait this guy on the stairs. If I need to run, I can just go up and he will keep falling like that, and I can regenerate my stamina like this. So I have more ways to like trying to run away and trying to hit back when he can't even hit me back. I believe I got this. I just need to, you know, heal up, be safe, and like keep slapping his head. Alright, so we got its head, but it's still alive. Never underestimate the constitution of a bug. Even if they don't have a heads anymore. They will live for a while before they actually die. It's crazy. Anyways, on top of this, the thing he was guarding was this lever right here. And by activating this lever, this thing that is holding the water is now being pulled up. So now the water is moving. And because the water is moving, there are now boats moving from this. So we can continue forward now. We just need to ride one of the boats. So riding the boat, it took me here. It was a very curious place. I'm not really sure where it's heading, but I'm pretty sure this is the next area, or else what would be the purpose of that gate right there and these boats, am I right? So I think we have reached our destination. I can already see where I need to jump off to. And also, I can see like a fish just far from here. So before we continue with this journey, it's time to fish that fish. So what I caught here was actually a swordfish. It's called espasota. Not actually a food kind of fish, but it was a weapon fish. Anyways, as I continued to venture inside, you remember that Wasp that really doesn't like us, Vesper Hideyoshi? So he appeared here and wanted to fight us because he said that Lunamoth is his for the taking. Anyways, it's time to fight this guy. So this guy has that dual wakizashis. He's using that, but he's using it to slash, unlike us that we're using it to stab. And yeah, right now I don't really have any potions with me. I have used it up already on our adventure earlier. So we're kind of in a really bad spot. But 2 slaps with a hammer and his head is already gone. But the problem is the body is still moving, and I'm afraid I might die here. And I did. He's so strong, even without a head. God dang. So I came back to the same spot. Now I had a full health and also full mana and full potion. So once again, I did what I did earlier, just smacking this guy in the head. Twice would honestly do the trick. So one more time and I think his head would pop. But oh my God, I swear to God, this guy's attack is very annoying. Actually, my bad. It actually takes like 3 shots. Now that he's headless, this should be an easy fight, right? Right? I can't even use my potions. What the heck? So round 3, this should do the trick. I am more careful now. I'll do my best to deflect most of his jump attack if I can. If not, I just dodge sideways. So what we really need to be careful is he's more dangerous without a head. Maybe the head is like the problem, the easier target. Anyways, let's just play it safe here. I really don't want to lose again because I'm so tired of like walking towards this place again and again. It's pretty far from the resting spot. Man, the hammer is amazing, and we have defeated this dude. Let's go. Then found this really huge door. It says the Cathedral door. So usually if there's a big door like this, you can think like we're close to the final boss or something. So I assume we are close to the final boss because there's so many enemies here. So instead of going near them with my sniper ring, I just snipe them from afar. With this, I'll be safe and I'll be able to keep all my potions intact before the big fight. I had to go melee on the zombies because, well, they noticed me too early and like they were just charging at me already. But thankfully, our sword is very strong, so we took care of those zombie flies fairly easily. We also have our magic in case we just need to like burst them really fast. And after defeating all the enemies, I then found a lever going down or up. I'm not really sure. We'll just have to wait where it's coming from. Oh, it's coming from down there. So a lever towards down there. You know how glad I was when I found like there's a resting spot here? I'm very glad because I swear to God, I don't want to go through everything again in order to fight this boss. So yeah, very happy to find a resting spot here. I was hoping that there were fishes, and there were! So it's time to fish first before we fight the boss. I'm not sure if there's any new fish. It's the same melon fish that we already have. There's also the cabbage fish and the banana fish. So yeah, no new fishes really. Alright, so it's time to fight the boss. What are we waiting for? Let's go. So this is the witch we're looking for, Lunamoth. So this is Lunamoth, deity contender. I have no idea what kind of things he's dishing out right now. It looks pretty dangerous. Still though, I just rushed in her face and slapped my hammer in her face. So we actually did a lot of damage already. She sometimes casts the shield after we do like significant amount of damage using melee weapons. And when she does this, all my arrows just bounce back. The only way we can attack her is if we crack the shield. So this is where our hammer goes in. Anyway, she's very annoying. She keeps knocking me down and the damage is a lot. I need to run away and heal up. And with that last arrow, we have defeated Lunamoth. And we have gotten ourselves a Steam achievement. Let's go! So I believe this is the final boss. And the only thing we'll need to do now is fish the remaining fish we don't have yet. And so I entered this door leading downstairs to see what's down here. So there are a bunch of wings on display. I'm not really sure what this is at the center. It looks like, I don't know, some teeth. So it seems like once all the wings on display is returned, the curse will be gone. The reason why Lunamoth took all the wings is so that she can reshape herself and fly to the moon. So it seems it's not over yet. So there's a mastermind behind this. So I guess we can look forward for more content in the future. So the Fly Deity wants us to just go on, live our life, and join our siblings and prepare for the fight to come in the future. So I guess future updates. Alright, we have, I guess, beaten the game for now. The only thing left now is to finish the remaining achievement, which is fishing. So the only thing left now is to interact with this thing. And with this, we have... well, we're at the credit scene in the game. Anyways, back to fishing. So I found this area which I don't think I have been here yet. So it's time to ride this and fish the remaining fish that we don't have yet. And upon arriving, just look at this place. It's like all the fishes are here maybe. I'm not really sure which is which. I don't really remember which color represents what fish. We have caught a new one here. I'm not really sure what kind of fish this is, but it's a clement hair. I also tried fishing this pink cursor thingy, hoping for a fish that we don't have yet. Well, I was right. It's a fish. I don't think we have or caught this yet. It's a kundiguba. I'm not really sure how to pronounce this. Kundiguba. Anyways, I continued fishing the other fishes here, but aside from those two, I could not really find other fishes. And so I had to go to the discussion portion of Steam to see how many fishes exist and where do I lack, or where's the remaining fish that I don't have. So currently I caught like 9 different fishes. I was only missing one since there's only like 10 types of fish in the game. So I'm not really sure where to find the last one. And so I explored around the areas of the game in hopes that I can find like a fish somewhere where there's water. But then I finally realized that the last fish that was remaining was at the fish where we caught the 2 new fish. Was that? So these things that looks like a lemon is the last fish that we haven't caught yet. So with this, finally, we have caught the last fish and got the achievement. And we have achieved 100% in FlyKnight. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed your stay here. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. This was honestly a fun game and the graphics is so nice. It's hitting the spot for like someone like me who's old who played like RuneScape before. So anyways, thanks again for watching. Bye now.